Trading isn't hard because you're bad at math or you miss some secret strategy. It's hard because you're human. In this explainer, we're going to dig into the real reason trading feels so impossible and, more importantly, how you can turn what feels like your greatest weakness into your greatest strength.
Okay, so let's just dive right into the core question that I know so many of you are asking yourselves. Why does this feel so impossible? Even when you've done all the homework, you've studied the charts, and you logically get your strategy. If you've ever felt that deep, frustrating disconnect, well, you are in exactly the right place.
You know, every single trader's journey kicks off with this really simple, kinda seductive promise. But as we're about to find out, that promise, it's a beautiful lie.
When you first start out, trading feels almost logical, right? It's like a video game. You learn the rules, buy low, sell high. You spot the patterns, you follow your strategy, you press the buttons. It all seems like this clean, logical world where every action should have a very predictable reaction.
And then, bam, reality hits. You do everything perfectly. You follow your rules to the absolute letter. You execute with precision, and you still lose money. And that, right there, that's the moment the game completely changes. That's when the real psychological battle actually begins. And this right here, this is where our brains they start to short circuit. I mean, think about it. In almost every other part of life, if you do the right thing, you get a predictable reward. Effort equals results. But in the market, nope. You can do everything right and still get punished for it. It's like a slot machine that only sometimes rewards you for good behavior, and our brains absolutely hate that uncertainty.
So this massive disconnect, it creates a literal battlefield inside your own mind, pitting everything you've ever learned about cause and effect against the cold, hard reality of the markets.
Here's the core of the problem, right? Your brain is a survival machine. It has been hardwired for thousands of years to seek certainty and avoid risk at all costs. But what does the market offer? Pure, unfiltered probability. It's a total mismatch. So really, it's not your fault you're struggling. You're basically a caveman with a supercomputer brain trying to make sense of a world run by algorithms.
In this conflict, well, this is where that emotional roller coaster really takes off. A losing trade suddenly feels like a personal attack. A winning trade, you get this frantic urge to just grab the money and run before it vanishes. In a quiet market, when nothing's happening, oh, that feels like absolute torture. Suddenly, you're not a trader anymore. You're just a gambler, getting tossed around by these waves of fear and greed.
Look, we all have an ego. We all want to be right. It's just human nature. But in trading, needing to be right can be the most expensive feeling in the world. Seriously, the market doesn't give a damn about your ego. The only thing it cares about is how you manage your risk.
And this is where the ego starts its self-sabotage cycle. It's this deadly little dance. Step 1. We hold on to losing trades for way too long, just praying for a miracle because we can't admit we were wrong. Step 2, we snatch tiny little profits from winning trades way too early, just to get that quick hit, that sweet relief of being right. And then what happens? We're so paralyzed by the fear of being wrong again that we just watch the perfect setup, the one our strategy screamed at us to take, just sail on by without us. Your ego is, without a doubt, the worst trading partner you could ever have.
So all of this struggle, all this emotional chaos, it naturally leads us down a path where we desperately search for the one thing the market will never, ever give us: control.
And what do? We go on this quest for the Holy Grail, right? We think, if I just analyze more charts, if I try harder, if I can just find that one perfect indicator or that magical strategy, then I'll finally gain control. But it's a fool's errand. It's like trying to solve a deep psychological problem with a technical solution. It just doesn't work.
But then you realize this one simple truth, and it is a moment of total liberation. The market is not something you control. It is something you respond to. And when you get that, you stop fighting the market and you start dancing with it. You're no longer trying to be a puppet master, forcing your will on everything. You're more like a surfer, just riding the waves of probability.
And that right there leads us to what I think is the single most important revelation in this entire explainer. It's about understanding the true purpose of the market in your personal trading journey.
Okay, get ready for this, because this is the truth you've probably been searching for. The market is not your enemy. It is not trying to hurt you. In fact, it's not even aware that you exist.
A market doesn't create your impatience, your fear, or your desperate need for control. It reveals them. That's it. The market is a giant mirror.
It just shows you everything you've been trying to hide from yourself. Your fear, your greed, your impatience, it's all right there, reflected back at you in your trading decisions. And honestly, that's why this is the ultimate journey of self-discovery.
So, okay, once you have that aha moment, that the problem isn't out there in the charts, but in here, inside of you, the path forward becomes incredibly clear. The focus has to shift. It has to move away from the market and onto yourself. So the big question is, how do we actually make this shift? It's about going from trying to control the market to just observing yourself, from analyzing charts to understanding your own reactions. We can do this with a few simple, powerful habits. Let's start with a morning ritual. Before the markets even open, just take a minute. Say to yourself, my only job today is to execute my plan flawlessly. I am not here to predict the future. I am here to manage risk and dance with probability. Second, a quick mindfulness check before every single trade. Just one deep breath. Ask yourself, am I calm and clear right now, or am I feeling rushed? Am I acting out of a plan or reacting out of fear or greed? And third, and this one is an absolute game changer, an evening review. And I don't just mean logging your trades. Log your emotions. Seriously. Write down, I felt anxious on this trade and I broke my rule. Or I got super greedy here and ignored my take-profit signal. The goal isn't to become some emotionless robot. It's to become a conscious, self-aware trader who understands their own internal patterns.
Because here's the bottom line. The real path to profitable trading, it isn't found in some secret indicator or a $1,000 course. It's found inside you. The market is just the gym. It's the dojo where you go to train your mind. So stop trying to conquer the market. It's an impossible task. Instead, start understanding yourself. Because the moment you do that, trust me, that is the moment everything begins to change.